Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my quarter 3 homeschool update for you guys. I have a few things to share with you about our third quarter of homeschool. We are just wrapping up week 27. So we are 3/4 of the way done with this school year, which every single year I get on here and do this update and I just am like, wow, I can't believe we're through that much, but I also can. It's like, it feels like we should be, but then it also doesn't. So I'm just always really surprised when we hit week 27. It's like the home stretch to the finish line of this school year. So I have a few things to share with you guys today. And if you want to check out any of the other quarter updates I've done, I will link them for you guys below. But let's get started talking about quarter 3. So for those of you who don't know or who are new to my channel, I homeschool my 4 kids on a year-round homeschooling schedule. We started our homeschool year back in June. The first Monday of June, we started our new homeschool year. We wrapped up last homeschool year in April, and we took a break from the end of April. We didn't school all of May, and then we started back the first week of June with new materials, and our new school year started then. The grade level, my kids' grade levels changed, etc. So from June 4th until the time when I am filming this, which is the end of January, we have reached week 27, which is 3/4 of the way done with our school year. So we have completed quarter 3. Quarter 3 is always, I have my phone down here to tell you guys some specific things that I wrote down notes on. Quarter 3 is always kind of like the hardest quarter for me personally as a homeschooling mom, and I know it is for a lot of you other homeschooling moms out there. It's like the quarter that usually happens either partway through finishing the holidays and then like that lull time of the year where kind of all the excitement has worn off and it's just a really tiring time of year. It's like recovering and you want to reorganize, and it's just a funny time. And every single year I feel this same way. So when I started feeling less inspired and just kind of like tired and like going through the motions, I knew that it wasn't because I needed a break, because we've taken plenty of breaks. It's just this time of year. And so that was kind of comforting for me to know this year versus being like, what is wrong with me? Why don't I have the motivation to like be super creative and come up with all these great projects and do all these things? It's okay. We can't always have the expectation of ourselves as homeschooling moms that we're always going to be in that ultra high like performing mode. Sometimes it's just about covering the basics and taking some field trips. Like, it's okay. So that's where I was kind of at for quarter 3. No shame in my game. I had a lot of personal things going on that were definitely mentally draining me. And when I am mentally drained or emotionally drained, I find it very difficult to homeschool because both of those things require so much emotional and mental energy. So say me and my husband get into a disagreement on Sunday night, Monday, if it's not resolved that night, I'm going to have a bad school day. I just know I am. And so those things definitely played a part into it. So I'm looking forward to finishing up our year in a more peaceful place and feeling that renewed energy and excitement come back in as we finish up our homeschooling year. To go along with that, like I said, we started the beginning of June. So a technical year-round schedule would mean I would be finishing at the beginning of June again. Like, year-round would be completely till the next June. However, even though I year-round school, I still like a pretty solid chunk of time off, like in between grade levels, to gather all my materials, to look through all my stuff. Like, I don't want to end one school year on a Friday and start the next one on a Monday. So I reevaluated where we were at with our lessons, because this year we changed curriculums to the good and the beautiful, like so many of you know. And my weeks aren't laid out for me like they were with some curriculum I was using previously. And also the number of lessons are not the same across the board. So one child's language arts might have 130 lessons while the other one might have 120. So I needed to reevaluate where we were at and where we should finish. Because this year I did take way more breaks than I've ever done, and I was really proud of myself for doing that, because it's hard for me to break, because I feel like, oh, we can just use a break for another time, and then another time never comes, and then I wonder why I'm getting myself so tired and burned out. So anyways, we are going to be done way before June. And so again, I don't know that I am successfully completing the whole year-round homeschooling thing, but it actually works out really well. And I'll share with you guys why in another video. I actually think I'm going to show you like how I did like our mid-year evaluation of where we are and planned out the remainder of the year, because when I scheduled our breaks at the beginning of the new school year, I didn't plan any breaks after December because I wanted to see where we were going to be at. And so let me know if you want to see that video, but I think I'm probably going to do it because it's a really cool God story and I want to share that with you guys. So anyways, quarter 3, we're gonna be done way before June, so that's good, and I'll share why in another video. So another thing that I realized for this quarter 3 update is that, and it ties in with the whole year-round schooling thing, I really wanted to get away from breaking on the public school calendar times because things are crowded. It's like everybody's off. We don't really want to get out and like go do some of the more like, you know, different things because it's just so crowded. And one of the perks of homeschooling is to be able to utilize those things when it's not quite as crowded, like going up to the mountains for sledding or going to a museum or even going to the library or going to the park. Like everything is just really crowded. So it was my desire to not break on the public school calendar year, like their breaks this year. Now, we don't take like Martin Luther King Day or, you know, those kind of like one-day holidays, but for winter break moving forward, I think I am going to break on the public school calendars time off, because so many things that my kids participate in, like sports camps and things like that, happen because the public schools are out. So I found myself with my daughter in a soccer camp and my son in a swimming camp that I really wanted them to attend, great opportunities for them, and meeting Olympians and just a great experience, but they were on the public school winter break. So in hindsight, I wish I would have just basically rearranged a few breaks so that we would have been off that whole week, because I just found myself feeling like, oh no, you know, and then it just was stressing me out. So moving forward, I think for winter break, I will break on the public school calendar because there's opportunities and things my kids are probably going to be doing. And so I wanted to tell you guys that in case you find yourself thinking about that for your homeschool. One thing that's been really exciting for this quarter 3 has been the Arthropod unit from The Good and the Beautiful. We went ahead and got the caterpillars and watched them turn into chrysalides or chrysalises, depending on how you want to say that. And that has been so exciting for my kids, especially my younger ones. We are going to be releasing them here pretty soon. And that was just a really fun additional experience for them. It really added to the unit. We got them from insectlore.com, and when they arrived, it was like freakishly cold where we live, and the caterpillars need like 55 degrees or above. So I was panicking, thinking like, we're gonna get a jar full of dead caterpillars, and when they got here, they did look dead. So keep that in mind. If you order them, it says to give them 2 days to start moving again, and that was really true. They did start moving again after that. So keep that in mind. Your caterpillars might not be dead. But so we got the caterpillars and we've been working through the Arthropod unit. We are almost all the way done with it, but it's been a great unit. I think it's definitely been one of my kids' favorites. I did order a few little things, like I ordered some insects, like plastic ones, so that we could like look at them and touch them and kind of talk about the legs and the different things like that. And then I also ordered a fun like placemat, which I'll link all this for you guys, and then a pop-out book that I just wanted to have. So if you're going to be doing that unit, I will link those things for you. I think they were great additions to the unit, but you definitely don't need to add anything to it. It's just been really, really fun. It's definitely in the top 3 favorite units we've done. And I feel like planning to do that unit in the typical like quarter 3 lull was a great way to bring some excitement back into our homeschool day. Another thing that I was really focused on with my older 2 kids is memorizing the 50 states and capitals and being able to place them on a map. Now, I've shared with you guys before, I do not really incentivize my kids with rewards and reward systems. However, I did promise them something. They don't know what it is, and it's probably just going to be like a $5 thing that they can choose out when they're able to do that, because I want them to both be able to do that by the end of the school year. So the 50 states and capitals, and then place them on a map. That's not a part of the curriculum that we're using, placing them on the map, but memorizing states and capitals is on there for the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts level 5. But since my daughter didn't use level 5, I just made her work on that this year as well. They're getting close. They're getting close, and they have a friendly, sometimes not so friendly, competition going on with each other about who is going to get it done first. So we've been also focusing on that for quarter 3, and we will continue to do that through, until hopefully they get it done by the end of the year. So that is really it for this quarter 3 update. I mean, we have just been trying to get back in gear after the holidays and find that motivation again. We're using still all the same things, really enjoying all of our curriculum. Like I said, the Arthropod unit has been really, really fun. And I will do a separate video for you guys on like a mid-year recalculation of our curriculum and things like that, and kind of how I broke it down to see where we're going to finish, because it would just make this update way too long. So anyways, that is going to be it for this quarter 3 update, you guys. If you have any questions for me, post them down below and I will be happy to get back to you. And I hope you guys, if any of you out there are struggling with finding that motivation to finish quarter 3, stay strong. You can do it. We're almost there, and I will talk to you guys in my quarter 4 update when we are done with our homeschool year. Bye, guys.